Well, we've got plans to do minor improvements to the junction as well as to resurface it, which is more of really a maintenance activity. The improvements are to ease this inside lane here, which is on the route from Douglas down to the south, because at present, when a large vehicle's in that rather narrow lane, it blocks both lanes, which impedes the traffic flow through the junction. So we're hoping that by widening that out, we'll improve flow, particularly in the evening rush. The other improvements are that although there aren't large numbers of pedestrians trying to cross here, any that do have quite a difficult time of it because there aren't footways on all sides and the natural desire line is across the middle here. The alternatives mean walking a long way really off in each direction, and most pedestrians just won't be bothered to do that. So one of the things we're also doing is to put some islands in the centre which will replace the infamous white and red plastic.
You said it, those are much hated by most people.
They are. They've caused a lot of interest and chagrin over the years, and people will, I'm sure, be pleased to hear that they will finally be going.
How does this affect the TT though? A lot of people ask about that because everyone's very concerned any changes to the course itself.
Yes, well obviously this junction is at the end of the main straight of the TT in effect, and what we are doing is that we'll be installing some sockets which will allow us to put in some temporary pedestrian guardrail, and that will be specifically used during the MGP and the TT racing that happens here to protect spectators so that they can continue to spectate safely at this location.
This is a much simpler undertaking than the one that was originally planned as a massive sort of, £4 million redevelopment of the whole area. Will this do the trick?
Well, the honest answer to that is no, not really. The honest answer is this is really to attend to the maintenance issues. If you look carefully at the carriageway surface here, you'll see that it's quite badly deformed in places. So that's a concern both for racing but also for the general public who use this junction. The larger scheme was a £4 million project which was to turn the whole area into a large single roundabout, which would have had some benefits in terms of traffic congestion at this critical location. This is really one of 3 strategic locations on the island's network where there is significant congestion each day. But the price tag of £4 million has perhaps put the politicians off a little bit in terms of funding this one at the moment. It's there on the back burner, but I don't think it's going to be coming forward anytime soon, given the financial constraints that the island's working on at the moment.
Finally, what sort of disruption will there be for people using their cars over these weekends?
Well, it should be relatively minor. There's 6 weeks' work starting from the 24th, but the first 4 weeks is to attend to the widening, the moving of the curb. There's a water main to relocate, and there's the sockets to put in to accommodate this new temporary pedestrian barrier. Then on the first weekend of the bank holiday, which is I'll just check my notes actually to make sure I get the dates right. It's the 19th and the 20th of February. The road will be completely closed. And on the first day we'll be planing out the entire area, so that's round both roundabouts and a short distance down each of the approaches. The second day of the first closure will be to lay the surface on the main route between Peel and Douglas, and then the week after we will be installing this temporary pedestrian barrier just to check that we've got it right, and when we come to the racing we will actually be able to install it successfully. The second weekend of the half-term week will be finishing off the remainder of the surfacing that we haven't done in the first closure, and then after that we'll be putting the central islands in to complete the job. So the only closures are during those 2 weekends. During the rest of the time there will be narrow lanes which will impede traffic flow a little bit, but it won't be too bad for the travelling public. They may have to allow an extra 10 minutes or something on their journey to work and to get home in the evenings, and we hope people will be patient with us while we do this work. much.